I know you've read the epistles in the Bible, but when you look at my life is a living epistle. In other words, God is still writing. He's writing on me all the time. And can I tell you that as I look back, there were times when I thought I was losing. But in retrospect, I discovered that when I thought I was losing, I was actually shedding. And there's a difference between losing and shedding. In order for a caterpillar to become a butterfly, it's got to take some stuff off. You can't fly unless you take some stuff off. Now, if you want to stay there on the ground and be a caterpillar, go ahead and have at it. But I want to fly. I want to go where God intends for me to go. I want to be all that God intends for me to be. And in order for that to happen, I have to shed. And when I look back over my life, I'm just talking about me. There's some stuff that I thought I lost. Let me come down your street. There's somebody that you thought you lost. And then you saw them about 6 months later or 2 years later, and they were walking on the other side of the street, and you looked at that person that you were in love with, and you wondered how in the world. You wondered what in the world was I thinking about. And you had to pat yourself on the back. Thank God I didn't lose him, I shed him. I didn't lose her, I shed her. Now I can fly to the left, to the left. The scripture had to be fulfilled. God is still writing. Can I tell you a couple more things? You can survive on the other side of loss, but you have to recognize that nothing Judas did could cancel out what Jesus had already done. We know this because, first of all, it's Peter who's talking. Have you ever asked yourself, how in the world does Peter have the nerve to talk? Judas betrayed him, but Peter denied him. And yet, on the other side of the resurrection, Peter is doing the talking. Peter is the one who's saying that the scripture had to be fulfilled. In other words, nothing that Judas did could undermine what Jesus had already done. Oh, that's a good place to shout. Because what it means is that nothing your enemies can do can undo what God has already done, and what God has already declared from the foundations of the world is already fixed, it's already set, and there's nothing my adversaries can do that will undo what God has already done. It's already fixed, it's already settled.